What's going on, everyone? Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and subscribe to our YouTube. All you have to do is search 3-Man Wrestling Podcast, and you'll have instant access to all things 3MWP. We thank you for your support.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to a long-awaited another episode of the 3-Man Wrestling Podcast. My name is Steven.
I'm Alex.
I'm Chris.
And we're coming at you live from a shitty situation, literally. Yeah. We've been relocated because Chris's basement, aka our studio, smells like shit. Because there's poop coming out of his drains.
Yep. His sump pump failed. It's never fun.
So if you hear that cheering in the background, yeah, it is for us.
Yes.
It's not for
we got
the baseball game that's happening.
We're in the great outdoors.
In Chris's backyard, which is also our local baseball fields. So they're very excited to hear us talk about wrestling because we missed last week.
Yes, we did.
With that being said, let's talk about some big news. We're going to skip Raw first. We're going to talk about some big news that happened last week. Chris.
What happened last week?
Are you all in?
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
What is it?
My chips are all on the table.
No, it means a wrestling event that is happening on September 1st of 2018 in Chicago.
Well, I'm taking my chips back.
Which is being run by Cody Rhodes, and the Young Bucks. They're funding it themselves, okay? Got it? This is a big deal, okay? Because they took it as a challenge when Dave Meltzer said that Ring of Honor couldn't sell out a 10,000-seat arena. So Cody Rhodes said, I'll take you up on that. And then they came up with the idea to do this. So a lot of people were unsure what was going to happen. But it sold out.
Yeah, in the first hour and a half?
No, 29 minutes.
29 minutes.
Took 29 minutes for all 10,000 seats to sell out.
Which is ridiculous. Did you think about it?
People were checking. I think only about 300 tickets went onto secondary market. So most of them are actually wrestling fans that went out and bought these. Because apparently the scalpers and stuff weren't actually sure what they'd get. So they stayed away from this event. Yeah, so it's the first event to sell out a arena this big in the United States. A wrestling event, I should say, since WCW did it. Other than WWE, obviously. WCW did it in the early 2000s. So, big deal. No one really thought... I mean, I feel like a lot of people thought they would, but not in 29 minutes.
Yeah, no.
But when you think about it... they pretty much have every big name out there that isn't in WWE showing up for this event, including maybe CM Punk.
Possibly. There's rumors going on right now that he might.
He is doing a signing the day before at Pro Wrestling Tees, which is in Chicago, and obviously he is from Chicago. There's no plans to stream it yet, which is disappointing. I have to imagine they're probably looking into that now that
they're not streaming this.
Not yet.
Well, they weren't. They weren't even sure they were going to get people to go to it, so they didn't have a plan in place to have people to let people watch it, you know. But I'm sure they're looking into that now.
If anything, it would be like a quick Twitch stream.
But they also have Ring of Honor helping them out, and they have a streaming service, and so does New Japan and whatnot. But you know, Twitch is a thing, and lots of wrestling companies go up on there now. So.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to do something quick on the fly, they can get. If they can't get, help from Ring of Honor or, New Japan or something, they can probably just throw something quickly together and put it on Twitch.
Yeah, so
get a big following anyway.
So it's a big deal. I actually proposed going to a female correspondent at one point who can't hear me, so she's not going to be able to attest to this. And I said, do you think a trip to Chicago would be nice? And she said, why? I'm like, well, there's this wrestling event that I want to go to. And I said, and we can also go look at that big shiny bean and take a picture in front of it if you want. And she said, I'll go. And I said, yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. So yeah,
It'd be pretty expensive to go over there.
I don't like long car rides, and I've never been on a plane before. So
You need to get on a plane.
Yeah, at
before
some
you
point.
before you decide to go, straight to Chicago on
Yeah,
your
but
first plane ride.
with how in demand the tickets are, I probably wouldn't
yeah.
have even been able to get a
No,
ticket.
it
So
would have been really hard to kind of get them.
hopefully we'll be able to watch it. I'm sure they're, like I said, working on something.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yes.
if we made you watch this, would you watch it? Does it sound interesting at all to you?
Yes.
How? How so?
Chicago.
That's it.
Yeah, Blackhawks are from there.
They have a good fan base.
Yeah, you got to go with the Blackhawks, man.
Seems like a weird
Listen, you
reasoning.
You got to go for the Patrick Kane.
I mean, CM Punk's a Blackhawks fan.
Who?
Who? Speaking of TV deals,
Yeah. Other big news coming out.
big news from this week. So now we're on current events.
Mm.
SmackDown, big TV deal. They struck this week with Fox, not just Fox, but regular Fox, not Fox Sports 1.
No.
So, starting in 2019, SmackDown Live, assuming it's still live, which obviously it will be because of how much money they're making, will be airing on Fox. NBC apparently declined their refusal rights on this, so they will be on Fox starting in October of next year. So that's about what is it, May? It's about 18 months, year and a half almost. Yeah, that's not 18 months, but almost a year and a half. It's a 5-year deal with Fox, and they're going to be getting over $200 million a year from this. So,
Which is crazy.
WWE's about to make a lot more money. Their stock price is, I think, it's highest it's ever been. It's only going up at this point. Vince McMahon is worth more than he's ever been worth.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Greatest Royal Rumble stuff helped with that too.
And now he has extra money for the XFL. So
Yeah, that too. So it's a big deal. I have to imagine a few of the bigger stars are going to be end up on SmackDown at some point.
Yeah. And they're moving a day, right?
Yeah, it's going to be on Friday again. So that kind of ruins our recording schedule. So we're going to have to
change some things.
Yeah.
We might have to split up episodes.
That's funny. You put Steven McMahon, not Stephanie.
Autocorrect.
Yeah, so SmackDown Live will be on Fridays again, like it was back in the day when it wasn't live. So now it's live. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like a Roman Reigns. Speaking of Roman Reigns, this is probably only going to convince Vince more that Roman is putting asses in seats because, they're only getting more and more money.
Yeah, that's
with
true.
him as the top guy. So that'll be fun. That should provide some interesting changes to the company.
Now, what do you think is going to happen with Raw eventually? If they struck a deal with SmackDown, which is people argue is the B show, and Fox is a major company. I'm not saying USA Network's not a major company, but do you think Raw eventually moves over to Fox as well?
I don't know. I have to imagine NBC probably wants to keep Raw.
Yeah.
Chris, you work at NBC. Do they want to keep Raw?
Yeah, it's a very important part of programming.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of commercials go through there.
That's true. They do have a ton of commercials.
It's very important.
Yeah, too many commercials.
We actually consider USA an important network.
And important or not important?
No, it is important.
I honestly didn't even know USA was part of NBC until this week. So there's that.
There's that.
Yeah, so that's something to look forward to. I guess we could talk about Raw now.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not looking forward to talking about Raw this week. I'll be honest.
Oh, man. I was at work, and it wasn't that. It was a little bit busy. But,
I wasn't at work.
But trying to get through this while also getting work done I was finding myself enjoying work more than I did Raw.
So I just want to get this out of the way. Let's talk about Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, let's get this off right now.
Chris, did you see this?
No, actually.
Oh, that's good. So Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley's segment.
Worst of all time. I'm saying
It
it right
might
now.
be.
It is
It
the
might be.
worst of all time.
Might be the worst of all time. So he brought out Bobby Lashley's 3 sisters. They weren't actually his sisters.
They were jobbers.
Yeah, that were dressed as women.
Yes.
That's not offensive at all to some people.
No.
I more or less completely tuned out to this once I saw that. It just this wouldn't even work back in the day.
No.
Attitude Era. I don't know what they were. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. Sammy did try,
of course,
with everything to make this work. You saw the effort there, but right when the sisters came out, I don't think I've ever heard a stadium that was a little bit loud go to dead silent in a matter of seconds. It was dead. The stadium was dead. I messaged you right when it happened. I said, that's the way you kill a stadium right there. That was hyped 5 minutes prior to everything going on. And they killed the storyline. And they potentially killed Bobby Lashley's return right there.
It's possible. I don't get it. I really don't understand what they thought. I mean, good for the 3 guys that were there. They probably got a good amount of money to do that. They got their name into the company, so maybe that'll work out for them in the future. We'll see. But Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley, can't imagine they were totally happy with what happened on Monday.
You can see it in Bobby Lashley's face once he got to the ring. He just had that smile that you're just like, I'm just like, screw this. Like, I'm just going to do whatever.
Yeah.
But you could just tell he was not pleased at all.
Let's rewind. To the first hour of Raw, which I want to brush by too because it was pretty dull.
Yeah, I know I wrote a lot of notes, but it was because
come on, is it really so dull when you have Ronda Rousey there?
Yeah, but Ronda Rousey wasn't there for this.
It was just announced.
This was just the Roman and Jinder show.
Yeah, and Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
you can't forget about Kevin Owens winning.
I mean, Seth Rollins was there too, but when it was centered around this Roman and Jinder stuff, which when you take 2 of the more boring people on the roster.
Yeah.
And try to make us care.
You're saying Roman Reigns should leave for a while? Make us miss him?
Probably. That usually works, actually.
Yeah, well, let's see what's everything going on with Cody right now.
Distance makes the heart grow fonder. But, yeah, it was pretty boring. I mean, there was a tag team match with them.
Yeah, I mean, the tag team match was fun. I'm going to admit I did like it. I wrote in the notes that... I said when you have 3 solid wrestlers, they can bring out the best in Jinder. Because Jinder looked pretty good in most of the stuff here. And the finish I liked a lot with KO looking like he took a direct super kick to the face, dodges a stomp, and then rolls into a curb stomp for the win. I like that finish. But it was fun. But, yeah, I mean, it was kind of, with everything going on beforehand, I was kind of just disinterested. Just hearing Stephanie McMahon's voice coming back, I was really annoyed. And she kept on.
Kurt Angle was annoyed.
Yeah, and you can keep on dropping the authority line. Kind of really bothered me.
Sure,
yeah, and what came from this is Roman will face Jinder at Money in the Bank. God, I hope that's not the main event.
Yeah, we hope it's not the main event. But going off Chris' point, yeah, Kurt Angle did look kind of.
I actually thought he mouthed the F word.
I don't know. Kurt Angle doesn't ever actually know what he's saying.
Yeah,
so.
You could tell he had a few. I thought they were gonna have to call 911 because he looked like he was about to stroke out. He was stuttering and he was like pausing and not knowing what to kind of say. It wasn't good.
What else happened on Raw? Ronda was there.
Yeah.
There was a contract signing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So last week we weren't on podcast time. No. Obviously, that didn't make sense, but
we took a week off. Sometimes we just need a week off, just refresh, reboot, come back. So that's what we did.
Makes the next episode better.
So Ronda and Nia Jax is the title match at Money in the Bank for the Raw Women's Championship. I know what me and Alex think about this, but Chris, how do you feel about Ronda getting her title shot? Just one match into her career.
About time.
About time. Why? Do you feel like there's no other legitimate challengers? Do you feel like she earned it? Do you feel like...
Because Ronda Rousey, like I said before, is the female Brock Lesnar.
She's the entity, the female entity, as Chris would
say. So she's just going to go and just like bulldoze through everyone. She's going to take all them titles.
So what seemed to be just like a friendly challenge by Nia, turns out she wants to be the baddest woman on the planet, is what we came to in this contract signing.
Maybe she's the bully.
I mean, she might be again. But Ronda, she says that she's going to beat her. obviously, and that she's going to take her arm with her or something.
Yeah, she's gonna rip her arm off.
Ronda's still working on that promo skill, so
Yeah, she. Me and you were talking. She kind of pauses a little bit too long in between her sentences, so it just feels like awkward because she's like, I'm gonna beat you, and then rip your arm off. Like you just felt uncomfortable when
Maybe
she
she forgot the line.
She could have.
I don't
I mean,
see
she
it.
didn't have to know any lines in the UFC.
That's true.
Fair point. Yeah, so that
Wait,
should be
did she
interesting.
actually do any movies before this?
Yeah,
She did cameos.
she was in The Expendables.
Yeah, but that wasn't like a actual like.
I'm pretty sure that counts as a movie role. She's
I mean,
in a
like her
movie
actual-
coming out.
Like like the Marine for
soon.
John Cena.
Is she in
She didn't
the,
have
she's
any
not
of
in the
that.
Ocean's whatever movie? Is
No, she's in like
She
a
should have
movie
been.
with
Should have been, but-
She should have been the Muscle. That looks like a terrible movie.
I
But
forget
anyway,
what it's called. One of the people from Walking Dead are in it. Lauren
Yeah.
Cohan.
she's
Forget
in
what
it?
it's called. Yeah.
Maggie?
Yeah, Maggie.
What else?
I didn't know.
Oh, we had the B team versus Breezango. The B team, who are the new name for the Miztourage,
Yes.
formed last week, and surprisingly got a victory. It's like their
They're-
first win ever.
They're 2-0 now.
Yeah.
Last week they got the first
And
victory.
this week, another win.
Yes.
They are undefeated as the B team, so
And
they're coming for those tag team titles.
They write their own merch, which is very
Yeah.
admirable.
Yeah, you know
we
they're
appreciate that.
they're always grinding.
Yeah. that
In
was
between
right.
in between towns, they're making those shirts. So, and their celebration after the match was pretty great.
Yes.
They kind of cold-shouldered Coachman
Mhm.
and celebrated with Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Then they took Coach's chair and rode it down the ramp together, which could have ended poorly, but
Yeah.
it didn't. So
It could have ended real bad, but I feel like they practiced it a little bit because they had like the maneuver perfectly, legs up, everything. It was great.
yeah, so that's fun. Good for them. Good that they're getting some spotlight here on Raw in the tag division that is kind of non-existent. So they need someone like that. What else? What else did we see on Raw? Ziggler and Gable had a match. Ziggler won that.
Yeah, I thought Ziggler's just the guy who loses all the time, the guy that gets pinned.
See, he usually is, but now he has Drew McIntyre, so
So
he's
now-
gained some relevancy
Yeah,
again.
now he's getting a little push.
So we're gonna see the Ziggler.
Yeah, the Ziggulator. So, yeah, they beat up Chad Gable after the match, too. We had a Money in the Bank qualifying match
Oh,
for the
man.
women's side of things. There was a fatal four-way. Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Natalia, and Dana Brooke had a qualifying match. So, kind of knew who was going to win here.
John Cena.
I mean, John Cena may have won him. He may have got his girl back this
Yeah,
week.
he might have. That
I
was news
mean,
we forgot to report.
We're pretty sure he never actually broke up with her.
a word.
We're all puppets in the Total Divas world.
And now they're making all that money.
And Total Bellas.
All that money.
I watched the season premiere of Total Bellas this Sunday.
You did.
No shame.
They
course
keep
it's
not a bad
advertising
show.
that.
It's a great show.
It's not a bad
It's
show at all.
advertised so much.
John
It
Cena
is.
no longer has rules. He's gone lenient on them.
I don't think he ever had rules.
No, he did.
He did. He had like a bunch.
Everyone
of
had to wear a suit at dinner, or get dressed up for dinner, and
course,
stuff like
I
that.
mean-
No shoes in the house.
Yeah, that's right. Have you ever been to a clean house?
Yeah, but Natalia won this match. She qualified for Money in the Bank.
Shocker.
And after the match, she said her and Ronda are going to have new names at Money in the Bank. She'll be Mrs. Money in the Bank, and Ronda will be Women's Champion. So we'll see. They're buddies, in case you didn't know. They're friends.
I was expecting something more corny, to be honest. I was a little disappointed.
Oh, we forgot about this. Ember Moon had a match against Alexa Bliss.
Oh,
it was
man.
fun.
Ember Moon won that. Did you guys see her new shirt?
No.
Ember Moon shirt? It's the
Yeah.
worst shirt of all time.
Is it?
Hold on, let me get it for you guys. Alex, talk about something else while I find this.
I thought it was the moon from Zelda.
I don't know. Maybe. We skipped over a kind of a funny segment in the back with Finn and Braun. We were talking about Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. They said they wanted a rematch, and Steph decides that they're not going to get a rematch, and instead they're going to have Finn versus Braun in a one-on-one.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, yeah.
Braun looks down at Finn, and he takes an apple after Stephanie offers it, and he just crushes the apple after, and he says,
Yeah.
"I like competition."
Okay, so
Walks
here's the
away.
shirt, guys.
That looks like you made that in like a back van press. You just pressed it.
I was going to
Just
say
send it.
Microsoft Paint.
It actually
Might have
reminds me of the
Mario Paint back on the SNES.
looks like a really bad version of when the Lord of the Rings ring goes on fire. So it kind of reminds me of.
Female correspondent, you like Ember Moon. How do you feel about her first shirt on the main roster?
She's saying a lot right now.
It looks like someone played with the word thing.
Yeah, Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, no.
The word.
The word art.
Oh, word art. Yeah, word art.
And then they just drew a circle around it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, they didn't
forget-
really emphasize her push there with any cool merch to go along with her push.
I think they've given up. I think they've conceded the pro wrestling tees on the merch department.
Yeah, they definitely have. That might be the next deal we hear.
Elias and Bobby Roode had a match.
Elias won.
Yeah, Elias did win.
Thank God.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not
Elias
really
is the
interested
man.
in that feud currently.
Come on, why not?
No, I like Elias. I just think that feud is damn, what's
Elias.
going on over there?
Kids are hitting dingers, man.
No, I think they're just really enjoying our
Yeah, they
conversation.
are. They're really into Elias and Bobby Roode. Anyway, let's talk about that main event Alex alluded to. Braun Strowman, the monster among men, versus Finn Balor. So these guys are buddies, as we've seen. So there's a little friendly competition. Finn actually looked really good in this match, which
I mean,
you
he
know,
always looks good.
he always looks good.
He has
as
a
I
really
said.
nice pair of pants.
He doesn't wear pants.
Exactly.
He likes the Speedo, I think is what Chris is alluding to.
This reminded me of how they'd put Rey Mysterio in matches against
The Great Khali.
Great Khali,
Show.
Big
Show,
Show, and he would
Kane.
just try to chop
Who's-
him down the whole
Mark
time.
Henry.
Mark Henry, yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna
Um,
eat you.
Damn. No one has ever been that excited at any of my Little League games. That's
Yeah, I
for
know. Same.
sure. But yeah, there was a coup de grace off the barricade at one point. But yeah, Finn looked really good. He had Braun for a little bit. So
I think he looked more than good. He looked great.
he looked great. I could agree with that.
You're getting
But
sued.
Braun did win. Braun obviously isn't going to lose to just anyone. So Braun wins, Finn loses, but that's okay. Finn loses a lot, and we still
Yeah.
love him. So
He's going to get his well-deserved push soon enough.
soon enough. So that was Raw. It was all right.
Yeah.
Maybe if you take out the Sami Zayn thing, you can move on with life. But you know, it happened, so we can't really move on from that.
I don't know how they're going to recover this feud with that. It's going to be tough. If not, just end it.
Anyway,
Yeah. SmackDown.
SmackDown, which was way better than Raw.
Yes.
I'm actually excited about SmackDown in general here. Opened with Miz TV, which it seems to do a lot lately, which is fine.
You got to have the Miz
entertaining.
TV often, man.
His guests were the New Day, all three of them. Miz was trying to get to the bottom of who will be participating in Money in the Bank. Obviously, the New Day qualified, but only one of them will be able to participate in the ladder match. So he kind of just ran down each member of the New Day, saying how none of them are going to win anyway, and that the Miz will win again. Obviously, he was Mr. Money in the Bank at one point, and he cashed in and successfully won, and then main evented WrestleMania that year. So he knows what it's like to win. But the New Day picked Big E, but that's to face the Miz tonight. But obviously, the Miz isn't down with that. We had some references in this. We had a Fortnite reference.
Yes.
In this, we had a Game of Thrones reference where they shamed Miz down the ramp, but then Paige said, By the way, is Paige the best GM of all time after the Superstar shakeup and negotiating a TV deal with Fox?
She might be.
I think she has to be at that point.
She already surpassed Teddy Long.
I don't know. Teddy Long is a Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of Famer.
But the Big E and the Miz had a match. First time they've ever faced each other, apparently.
Which
on
was
TV.
strange, yeah.
On TV, at least.
That's true.
Most significant part of this match was when Cesaro and Sheamus came out of nowhere, much like Randy Orton would. And they attacked the New Day at ringside. And Kofi, who was on commentary, did like a crazy parkour thing over Cesaro.
Which could have gone horribly
yeah,
wrong.
he jumped off of Cesaro's shoulder.
Yeah, which Cesaro already was well known. He doesn't have the best of shoulders. And watching the replay, I thought if Kofi did any more weight, we could have saw something kind of bad.
Yeah, but that ended up distracting Big E, so The
Yes.
Miz got the win in that match. Yeah, so who do you guys think is going to be the New Day's representative in the Money in the Bank match?
I got to go with Kofi.
Interesting. Chris, who do you want?
Who do I want?
Yeah.
John Cena.
No.
In the New Day.
In the New Day.
You just asked who I want.
No, in the New Day. I said, which member of the New Day? Pick someone.
Big E, Kofi, or Xavier Woods.
I mean, I'm trying to think like who would actually be the one to represent.
I picked Kofi because he tends to be the person involved in the high-flying matches.
Oh, so
High-flying
that's
antics.
a stupid answer. So I'm gonna go Big E.
It's a ladder match.
Yeah, I think it'll be Big E.
I want Big E because he's big and he's not Kofi.
True.
I want Kofi. I want him to do some cool stuff off the ladder.
So
Disagreement.
last week, Daniel Bryan took out
He's not a nice person.
all his frustrations on Big Cass.
Yeah, he injured him.
Who is in some shit with the backstage because remember when he attacked the midget?
That was hysterical.
He wasn't supposed to do as much as he did. Like he wanted to, so he asked Vince, and Vince said no, but he did it anyway. So he got in trouble, and then he lost to Daniel Bryan. And now apparently he's injured again.
Yeah, because Daniel Bryan's a bully.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a real injury or not.
It is a real injury because Daniel Bryan's a bully.
So yeah, Big Cass was supposed to have a qualifier against Samoa Joe for Money in the Bank, but he's injured. So instead, Daniel Bryan is going to face Jeff Hardy, who the winner will then go on to face Samoa Joe next week for the final spot in the Money in the Bank
should have
match.
had that.
Well, let's hold on a second, sir. We're getting to that. That's the main event.
It's not the main event.
And speaking of Money in the Bank, we had a women's qualifying match. Billie Kay versus Lana. I'm interested to hear Alex's thoughts on this because I know he's not a big Lana fan. But Lana ended up winning this match. It was a very quick match.
She deserved it.
She hit her finisher and won because Aiden English distracted singing Lana Day. So, Alex, you've been very vocal about your Lana opinions in the past. So let's hear what he has to say on this.
What, about Lana?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, to have her get put into the Money in the Bank match, right? She's going on.
Mm-hmm. She qualified.
I don't know. She's not. I know she's trying to train to be a wrestler, and that's great. But I feel like her strength was as a manager, and a very good manager at that. But I just don't think trying to throw her into a Money in the Bank ladder match.
What if she
is
does
throwing
like
her-
a crazy move off the top of a ladder?
Then she'll get my respect. I will respect her, but I'm just saying, for someone that's still learning the ropes and kind of trying to develop as a wrestler, it's not the best idea to put her in the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match.
I think that's the best time to put her into the ladder match.
Throw her to the wolves?
Yeah, you want her to get in hard, You
You're
want,
gonna
Yeah.
get an Eva Marie.
you want her to go in like in the toughest
situation.
situation.
She's gonna botch and accidentally break someone's neck.
And that will make good television.
All right.
Come on, you saw how entertaining that little Instagram video you sent me was.
Which one?
That was not entertaining.
Oh, the botch?
Yeah, that was.
I beg to differ. It got a lot of likes.
They did get a lot of likes.
Yeah,
That
well,
means
Poor guy.
people enjoyed
So
it.
did when that guy shattered his shin on the...
Oh my God.
on the-
Exactly. Do you know how hard it is to
Barricade.
shatter a shin?
yeah, and it bent like an accordion. I don't even know,
You know,
the
it's-
analogy on
It
that
made
one.
me.
insane.
It made me gag. And things.
Look, it made Alex gag, and he doesn't gag easily.
I don't gag easily.
Interesting. Can anyone confirm that?
Nope.
Anyone? Can
Female
anyone confirm
correspondent.
that?
No, I gag easily. It's a joke. I
Are you recording the podcast right now?
think he's trying to play Pokemon Go.
That'd been great if you recorded that gag
watch
moment.
Netflix.
So
Put that as the gag reel.
next we had El Idolo. El Idolo.
So we're talking about Matt Corbin.
Who?
Is that a new creator wrestler? Matt
Who's
Corbin?
Who's Matt Corbin? Are you talking about Baron Corbin?
Yeah.
Or the pitcher on the Diamondbacks, Patrick Corbin?
No, he kind of sucks. He's hurt.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. He has been hurt.
But he's good this year.
I'm pretty sure Patrick Corbin's hurt.
I'm very sure. He's been hurt for a little while.
I don't know. I don't have him
I
on
don't
my
know.
teams. El Idolo versus Jobber, and the Jobber died, which is cool. Chris,
Mm-hmm.
do you like El Idolo?
I mean, he kind of reminds you of a rhinoceros, and I feel like people take care of him really well.
A rhinoceros?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. I feel like when a bunch of gazelles are chasing him down, the rhinoceros comes back, and that's exactly what he did.
I'm sorry, what?
Are
Yeah.
you talking about the jobber?
Who are you talking about? Do you
What?
know who we're talking about?
Yes.
Who?
The rhinoceros.
Is it because he
Why
wears
is-
all white? Does he remind you of like a white rhino?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a funny story regarding a rhino.
Okay. Hit me with it.
So when I told our friend Callie that Ronda Rousey was in WWE, he said, quote, "I can't see it working unless they rename her Ronda the Rhino."
What?
It's so bad.
And he
How's
meant
that-
it completely seriously, and I
Are
was
you
like, "That's the
serious?
dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life."
Oh my god, that's how you ruin someone.
Yeah. So yeah,
Especially
Cien
established.
Almas continues to beat jobbers, which is fine. I'm a little disappointed he won't be in the Money in the Bank match because I feel like he'd be good in that. So we'll see what they have.
He
for
does
him.
like money.
Oh, speaking of Money in the Bank, all of the pay-per-views now are 4 hours. That is confirmed
Why?
because there's only one a month and it's both shows. And the big shows, so like the main 4, are 5 hours.
What
At
about
least.
WrestleMania?
That's gonna be like 15 hours
Oh,
based
God.
on that math.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's the biggest of all the shows.
So after that, AJ and Shinsuke. Obviously, last week they had another great match, which had a bit more of a conclusion. So every time they have a match, it gets progressively better. In
Really? You
WWE.
think it's not getting a little saturated? Oversaturated?
Now I did think that, but they got me again. So let's get into this.
got got?
Shinsuke
You got
gets to
Alex?
choose the stipulation. So
got.
he gets to choose the stipulation because he beat AJ last week on SmackDown. Shinsuke, obviously, he's a bit of a troll these days.
Nice.
So he says, I pick the stipulation to be a pillow fight. Ha! So AJ called him the king of soft style. Ha! Anyway, Shinsuke went for another cheap shot, but AJ blocked that, and they brawled for a bit. Shinsuke ended up getting the upper hand there, and then he picks the stipulation. Shinsuke Nakamura picked.
Why don't we see Nakamura and Styles?
What?
Why don't we see Nakamura and Styles?
What do you mean?
We always say Shinsuke and AJ.
I don't know.
Easy.
He picked, I should say, a last man standing match.
Who's he?
Shinsuke.
Nakamura.
Yes. So he picked
It's
the
so much more
last
fun
man.
to say, dude.
He picked the last man standing match as a stipulation for Money in the Bank. So, Chris, do you know what a last man standing match is?
Yeah, Tim Allen's in it, right? And it just got picked up by Fox as well. Get it? Fox. SmackDown Live went on Fox. You see the connection there, right? Last man standing. Correlations on the
Chris
podcast.
comes. The thing that comes to Chris's mind that he somehow correlates wrestling to random TV shows and movies is fantastic.
It's not random. It's Last Man Standing, and it's on Fox. It's
But of
very
all
much
things,
relatable.
the thing when he asked, "Do you know what a last man standing
Chris,
match is?"
do you
and
know what
think
a
it's
last
Tim
man
Allen joke.
standing match is?
I think I should not repeat my answer.
Okay, well,
Hit me with
first
the-
person to be down for a 10 count loses. So you have to incapacitate your opponent. So that should be interesting.
On or off the ring?
Anywhere.
Can there be a double last man standing match? Like a double?
I sure as hell
end?
hope not, because they've already had two.
That's what
double
I'm saying.
countouts.
Can that happen again?
I was going to say, they're basically both going to lose or both going to win.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of AJ Styles, his buddies were in a match, Gallows and Anderson, against the Usos. And the winner of this match was going to face the Bludgeon Brothers at Money in the Bank for the SmackDown titles. Gallows and Anderson, surprisingly, actually won this match. So, this is good. I like this. Much better than how they were being used on Raw. And I think if the Usos were in another match against the Bludgeon Brothers, that they would probably be losing. Yeah, you run the risk of making them no longer interesting. So, I'm glad Gallows and Anderson get a title shot. Who knows? Maybe they'll win. They were Raw Tag Team Champions, so maybe
I
they'll...
don't think they're going to beat the Bludgeon Brothers yet. They could.
We'll find out
But
when
later
our
on.
predictions roll around in 2 weeks.
That's true.
Anyway. Next, we had Naomi versus Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville has a cool strobe light thing now for
Yeah.
her entrance. But that didn't help against the Glow. In the Battle of the Entrances and the Battle of the Matches, Naomi won. So, Naomi beat Sonya Deville. And next, we had the main event. So, Chris, you said before you thought Jeff Hardy should have won. Why is that?
It's Jeff Hardy. He flips and shit.
He does flip.
I feel like he deserves
So
it.
you
He
think,
puts it all out there.
You think if you flip, you automatically win?
No, you have to put it all out there when you flip, and he does that with the Swanton Bomber.
The Swanton Bomber?
Yes.
Yes, Mojo is on commentary for this too because he's facing the winner, obviously. Biggest spot of this match was when Jeff went for that Swanton Bomber Chris is alluding to, and Daniel Bryan got the knees up. And now that Jeff Hardy kind of puts all his weight into that Swanton Bomb, it looked pretty brutal.
And his back is pretty much jello as is. So
Yeah, so that was pretty brutal. I don't know why Jeff Hardy's doing that. Obviously, he's pretty durable. He's only ever been injured like severely once, and that was this year. So
who, Hardy?
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because he also knocked himself out, falling off the ring, and then was like back in action like 2 days later.
So that was pretty brutal. But Daniel Bryan ended up winning this match with the knee bar, not the yes lock. So that's a new way to end the match for him. So Daniel Bryan will face Mojo in what will be another dream match for Daniel Bryan. They seem to be getting all these out of the way real quick.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to like hope and pray that nothing bad happened to Daniel, so they're just trying to get as much of quality match as they can get.
Who do you guys think is going to win that match for the last Money in the Bank spot?
Ovechkin.
I mean, is Ovechkin winning right now?
Yeah.
Who's in the ladder match right now for?
Miz, Finn,
Big day.
Braun, Bobby Roode,
One person from
one
New
of
Day.
the New Day.
Big day.
I named 6, right?
Yeah.
Who am I missing?
Elias.
No.
Who is it?
Day.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
How great would it be
But,
if they had that match and then Edge just comes out of nowhere and just takes it?
He's won twice, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
It's called the Triple Crown for a reason.
don't think like you need Daniel Bryan to have hold the Money in the Bank. Like it's good to have him for the star power of the match, but I think the way they have to try
Let's
to
see.
book things with Samoa Joe, it kind of doesn't make sense for him to lose a qualifying.
Okay.
I
match
mean,
for Money
I
in the
don't think
Bank.
Daniel Bryan
Okay.
should be there because he's a bully.
Okay. Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode,
Oh, he forgot Rusev.
Kevin Owens, and one of the New Day members, and Daniel Bryan or Samoa Joe.
So who are the fan favorites?
What do you mean?
I would say Braun and Rusev, right?
In terms of who people like the most, or who you think
Yeah.
who's like?
You get the biggest
Yeah.
crowd reaction.
Yeah, those two
So
probably.
you think they're going to be the last two standing?
Well, that's not how it works.
Yes, it is.
That's not like an elimination.
Well, it also all depends.
They're going to be
because-
the last two trying to grab that sack of money.
Well,
I
it also
see.
depends on what happens next week because both Daniel Bryan and Samoa Joe have a pretty big following.
Mhm.
They have a pretty big fan
Daniel
base.
Bryan has
Uh-huh.
won this match before.
Yes, he
and so
has.
has The Miz.
Daniel Bryan's a bully.
I think with everything, I think Samoa Joe's probably going to win this.
I mean, Samoa Joe's kind of a bully, too, with his towel. I can see him whipping kids in the locker room.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna win that yet.
Yeah, it should be interesting. It should be fun.
In the women's match, it's Ember Moon, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Naomi, Lana, Natalia, and TBD. There's a gauntlet match on Raw.
We already know that Becky Lynch is going to lose, so
Dude, I just don't understand.
The women's title match for SmackDown is Carmella versus Asuka, by the way.
Stupid.
well, you can finally get your wish because Asuka is probably going to beat Carmella, and
That's
you
what
can
you
finally
guys
not
thought
have
with
That's
Charlotte.
Carmella
what
win.
we'll think, but somehow Carmelo will just come back and be like, annoying.
Yeah, so we'll see. We have predictions in a couple weeks.
Yes, we do.
What is today? The 23rd. So in 2 weeks. 3 weeks. No.
Actually, if
3 weeks.
you're in Canada right now, it's the 23rd.
It's the 23rd here, too.
Yeah. But if you're in Canada, it's the 23rd.
So you're saying Kevin Owens or Bobby Roode's going to win? Because they're from Canada. Why'd you stop talking?
I thought Alex was gonna jump in on there.
No.
All right. So that's that. I think that's episode 22 for you.
Yeah.
Good times, guys. Right?
Too bad it wasn't episode 23.
Yeah, that's okay. Scheduling shit happens.
Yeah.
Literally shit happens. That's why we're outside recording a podcast right now.
I mean, it
Which
is
is
a
an
nice day
interesting
out.
take. I don't mind this.
I don't either.
It's a nice day.
Pretty
out.
soon
Might as
we
well be
could
outside.
start selling tickets
Yeah.
for Chris's backyard. People could tune in live. It's like a studio.
Yeah, I thought
We can put some new roof in over there. You know, set a little
And
makeshift
pretty-
studio down there.
And pretty soon, like, we could expand to the field.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably need permits for that, though.
Yeah.
It's
We
probably
have machetes
expensive.
and stuff because we got to cut all that.
Yeah, it's
all
alright.
that.
Do you know how annoying that is to cut? I do that every freaking year.
Why don't you just get, like,
Those
a
buzzsaw
chainsaw?
things. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta be like World's Strongest Redneck. He ties the chainsaw to a rope and spins it. He also put a lawnmower.
That's actually the town stuff. I'm
he
not
also
supposed to be
he also
cutting that.
technically put a lawnmower on a stick once and trimmed his hedges.
That doesn't sound
every-
safe.
YouTube.
Every time you say that, I just think of Braun Strowman. Just
There you go.
flinging
He's probably
a
actually the world's
lawnmower.
strongest redneck now you think about it. So
He does like country music.
it's a good time, guys. I'm glad we were here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good to be back.
it's great.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah, we will.
I'm gonna be.
You know who won't be back
away
next
for a
week?
few days.
Tampa Bay.
They lost.
It's 3-0, third period.
Oh, that's disappointing. No, it's not. Yeah. So we'll be back next week, barring any, odd circumstances such as, Chris's basement right now.
Yeah.
But we persevered.
We battled through. We got
We'll get
through
through
it.
this.
Yeah.
We could do it as a team.
Yes, we can.
And we'll see you next week, guys.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.